back to our channel.
Hello.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a whole minute.
A whole
hour.
Yeah.
But we're back.
Back.
We're back.
Back with the bang.
We're back. And we missed you guys so much.
So
like
much.
we were just talking about it beforehand that we really missed doing this. And I feel like, I don't want to brag, but I feel like you guys miss us too.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. But we are back, and today we are going to talk everything New Year's resolutions, everything related to the new year. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying this year. Yeah, the Lord has been good. There were lots of up and downs.
Faithful.
Yeah, God has been faithful, and looking forward to the new year. You know.
Yeah.
And that's just basically how it is.
Please hit us with the verse of the day.
Today's verse of the day is coming from Habakkuk 2, verse 2. And I'm reading from the New King James Version, and it says, "Then the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it."
Okay.
Yes, so that's vision. So basically, yeah, the word of God is just saying that you must write down a vision, because when you write it down, whoever picks it up and reads it can run with it without having any problems. And that's New Year's resolutions for some of us.
So basically, it's about having this vision that you want to see forthcoming forward, and then you write it down or have it somewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Before we get into it, may you please give us a definition for what exactly a New Year's resolution is?
Okay, so from Google it reads, New Year's resolution, a firm decision
Firm.
on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day or a few days just after New Year
Yeah, at this point.
to do or refrain from doing something over the course of the coming year. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So sometimes New Year's resolution, it has like this bad connotations, like
and you feel pressure when someone asks
so much
what are your New Year's
pressure.
resolution, and also you just like,
and you don't have anything, just start making up things in your head.
and you don't really know what to do, you know. A New Year's resolution, before we even get into it, it's not supposed to be pressure on you. Like we were talking with Nobuso just now, and she was talking about how you can find a person who has these resolutions because everyone else is doing, because Mang wrote their stuff down. Now also you're like, I also have pressure on myself to do it now, and people were having these long lists, and we basically got from that conversation that a New Year's resolution doesn't have to do with the length of a list. Literally you saying that I want to change my behavior from 2021 to 2022, you've decided. That's a firm decision. That's a resolution. That's just one thing that you want to do.
Yeah.
And that's it. You don't have to have a long list, which is what I think sometimes pressures people. And it doesn't mean that your life is in order. Your life is like, straight, and you have everything all nicely packed out. That's not what having a New Year's resolution means.
It's about. And also, like, when you start thinking about it, like, where does a person start? So I feel like to avoid the pressure of like someone asking, whoa, New Year's resolution, I feel like it's important to just reflect on yourself and
know yourself.
introspect. Ask yourself
Why
questions.
am I writing a New Year's resolution?
Yeah.
What do I want? Like, just why? Don't do it for other people. Sometimes I guess it starts off as you doing it for other people. Like sometimes, I also would do that, like because I'll be there and it's like 2nd or 3rd of January and I haven't written down my list yet, and then someone's already telling me about their things. I'm like, oh, I need to come back and write down my things, and get my life in order. So sometimes it's not bad, but other times it is bad. When you feel that pressure, you need to be able to just find reasons for yourself. That way you won't hate the stuff that you're writing down, and you won't feel pressured by the stuff that you're writing down, because at the end of the day, man, you will be the one who needs to fulfill those resolutions. You're going to be the one who's going to be accountable because you wrote it down. So you yourself need to know why you're writing all of the stuff down.
That's true. And a good place to start is, the very first thing is, what do I want to see in the coming year? Like, what do I want? Like, what is that thing that I'm excited about that I want to get or achieve?
Yeah.
Another can be, is there something I want to improve in my life? You can ask yourself questions. Am I moving forward? Am I moving backward in life? Is there anything that I'm doing wrong that I want to work on? Is there any relationship that I want to work on better? Is there someone I need to forgive?
Just let go.
Let go.
Because it hasn't been healthy.
Exactly. It's all these questions that can help you start to make firm decisions.
People actually start like that. Let me show you mine. Even though I'm saying like you don't need like long stuff, mine is like it is what it is.
A whole list.
It's just, what can I say?
But when did you do this?
Actually, it has a date over here. I did this on the 2nd of January 2021 at 7:15.
Even the time,
even the time, literally, and I even had like categories: faith, business, academics, self-education, natural abilities, and creating wealth because money, honey. So I was really like, I want to put my ducks in a row, you know, because I'm that type of person at the moment. But you don't have to have all of these things. You can just decide what you want. But this was mine, and it's like fairly simple things. Like
give us a few if you don't mind.
I'm trying to like I wrote down I wanted to finish the rest of the Bible, which I did. Because
you finished the rest?
Yeah, I actually finished it earlier in the year because I didn't finish it in 2020. So then within the first half of the year, that's when I ended up finishing the other half. So I finished that. It took such a long time though. And then another thing was increasing small group, which is I did that. I increased it because I started a small group at home, and then we had to stop doing it at home.
What is it called?
It's called Godly Community. So we had to stop because of things, and then we started now having it on Zoom. So if you are ever interested in these meetings, you can always like DM us on Instagram or message me in the comment section or email, whatever it is, and then I'll give you the link. It's every single Wednesday, but right now since people are on vacations and stuff like that, we decided to take a break, so we're gonna come back in January. So now
such a good idea.
Yeah, so now it's increased, and I didn't know how this was gonna happen. This was still in January. Now it increased from just being here at home and inviting people at home to actually having it on Zoom. So whoever has a link, like right now we have someone in Lesotho, we have someone in America, we have my cousin in the UK. So they're like lots of people that are here, and we're literally just helping each other. And this is the way that God decided to make it grow. After I just wrote it down, just imagine if I didn't write it down, I wasn't gonna have
just like
something to thank God about, you know, because now I wrote it plainly on the tablets. I wrote it plainly and I ran with it, and God made that capacity for me. And yeah, like even little things like learning how to make better clothes, learning where to find like good material for, like, you know, myself. There's small things like that.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to do, and I wrote it down because nothing is too big or nothing is too small for God.
That's
true.
And
yeah,
there's so many ways to have your New Year's resolution down. There's PowerPoint presentation for something like fancy pictures, a poster that you can place
animations,
in your room, videos,
yeah,
or you can have something on your phone,
or even calendars.
Yeah,
and then you have those posted things, and they just put something there, like, so that you constantly see it.
So Matt, how did it help you to write it down in your?
For me, what helped me become accountable was, you see how nice this book is. Cause it's nice, so I want to look at it and I want to use it because it's clean. I'm just like I'm pleased by it when I look at it. So I'll open my book and it's like literally right here at the beginning, and I'm like, okay, so we said we're gonna do this, and we said
have we done it?
This is, yeah. So because I look at it all the time, like how you were saying, out of sight, out of mind, you know. Whenever I open it to write down, which is like journaling comes into it as well, then I quickly get reminded of the things. But it reminds me so much because I like where I'm writing it down. I just don't write it on a piece of paper and then it's forgotten, or I don't write it in an old book that is not even nice and I don't even want to see. I don't write it in that because I know I'm gonna forget to do it. So it really helps me like that.
It does. And I think what's also nice, if you have New Year's resolutions, have something that you can easily access. So like we already said, PowerPoint, have it on your phone or a calendar so that you become accountable. I remember there's a meme that you saw.
Oh yes, which is the reason why I actually wanted to do this video.
And what did it say?
So I saw this on someone's story on Instagram. I don't know who that person was. I don't even know. I didn't take a screenshot. I should have taken a screenshot. But it basically said that this year, guys, we are not doing New Year's resolutions. This year we're not going to write down all of these expectations for ourselves and all of that. And I was like, I really caught feelings at that post because I was like, why are the people lying to each other? We must not lie to each other like that. We must be honest, and today we are being honest. So like the goal today is to just let you guys be informed that making plans is actually quite necessary, and making plans isn't supposed to be, it is scary, but it's not supposed to be something that is going to be like swearing at you, you know, like when someone says what are your plans, you're like, how could you even, you know, you're not supposed to feel like that. It is something that is scary because you have to sit down and really think about it. But it's important today that if you walk away with anything, you need to walk away with the fact that once you've decided to do something, then God will help you, because many are the plans of man and it is God that establishes those steps, right? But the thing is, if you do not have plans, what is God going to establish? What is God going to walk you to, because you haven't decided yourself, you know? So yeah,
I feel like it's so important to have a New Year's resolution, or just at least a vision of how you want to see your life as. There's so many moments in life where, if I was to think of something like, this is what I want, each little step that I take in my life, every decision that I make leads to something I want. But now if I don't have an idea, if I don't have a vision in mind, I'm just gonna live life aimlessly without a purpose, because I don't have something I want to aim for.
While we were saying that, actually, I'm being reminded of like some of the things that I said I was going to do last year, and I feel like those things really shielded me and protected me from a lot, because I knew what my plan was. I know what my goals are. So because I know what my goals are, I'd rather not do this. I'd rather not do this because I know where I am going. I'll stay away from certain things because I know that it's not supposed to be in my journey. And if I do that, then it's going to interfere with the goal that I want in the future. But if you don't have plans, so that means you're gonna say yes to everything. You're gonna say, if someone comes and say let's do this, you're gonna go and you're gonna be like, yeah, following people's plans. Because one thing that I always say at church is that when you don't have a plan for yourself, the devil will make plans for you. People are going to make plans for you, and you will be in their plans. So what you need to do is just have a clear goal of what it is exactly that you want, so that everything that is around you doesn't distract you. We want to be very clear in what we want, because what the devil cannot destroy, he distracts.
That's so true. And that's like the main aim for today. It's just to encourage you to say, Guti, I want to have certain aims, certain goals in life, and there mustn't be this pressure that I have to achieve it within this year. God can carry it out over a certain amount of time, because God's time is the best time. But it's important to know what you want to achieve in life.
Exactly. Like,
and have God in it.
Now imagine the past 2 years. Two in one. Like, everything has just been like flowing into each other. Like even now with my plans, the things that were ticked is a handful of them. I didn't tick everything. So basically all of the things that I couldn't finish, like even some of these were from 2020 that I didn't even finish. They were just continuing into the next year, because I still want to do those things. I still have, like, I do think about those things.
In your plans that you make God part of it. So there's a verse I want to read. Matthew 11 verse 28 to 30. It reads, "Come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I will show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything that is heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me, and you will learn to live freely and lightly." And what this verse is just saying, these two verses are saying, is that in whatever we do, we must work with God. So now when you're there writing your list, think of how am I gonna, in this plan that I have, how will God be grace from it? How will God give the glory from it?
Exactly.
It must be realistic. It must be something that comes naturally, something that you'd want, but also something that will glorify God.
Not gonna lie, sometimes I like to set unrealistic goals, because there's so many things that I want that I know I can't achieve right now, and I'm just like, what? You've got it there. And yeah, there's some things like that. But then there's like
plan.
Yeah. There are some realistic things, obviously, that I'm just like, I want to do, but then there are other things that are unrealistic that I'm just like, take the wheel, even though like at times it kind of seems like it's weird that I have all of these big things that I want, but I do have a space for those unrealistic things as well, because God can do anything. So if I want it, then if it's in line with God's will, so shall it be. So that's the way I also try to live my life, having those big things as well. So another thing that you need to do is just constantly pray about the things that you do want. Like when you do write it down, you need to pray about it so that it's in God's will, because you can't keep on writing something and like God is like, but I'm not really in that. Because what people do and why they don't complete some of the things is because God didn't really feature in anything, and you're also not doing anything for God in the new year, because I feel like most people will just write a New Year's resolution for themselves. And some of the things that I have here, I think my third point was like to seek more to be righteous, like, you know, righteous living and all of that stuff, and I feel like I've been progressing in that. And things to do with God, those are also things that you should have as New Year's resolutions, because we have a purpose as Christians for God, because our purpose should include God. We're not just here for ourselves, we're not here for our best lives, and we're here to purposefully serve God. And every single new year I want to include include God in my resolution because I'm living for God. I'm on an assignment, and that's what we need to understand, that you're on an assignment. You're not just here to live a good life, buy a house, buy a car, and you're fine. You want, well done, good and faithful servant.
As you were speaking, I just had like two verses just popped in my head. The first one we all know and love, Matthew 6 verse 33.
Yes.
It says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and then everything will be added unto you. And then the next one being Proverbs 21 verse 21, that says, seek righteousness and love, and you will find life, prosperity, and honor. So in all these things that we want to achieve, let's seek God, let's seek his righteousness, let's seek his face, and then everything that we want will be added.
Literally, like that's one thing that I also realized a lot this year, like Matthew 6 especially, you know, just thinking about all of that. Like I need to be able, like even at church, I was thinking along the lines of, here right now in my 2021 plans, there were things that I wrote down in terms of like things that I wanted to do at church, because I was like, I need to also be good in ministry. I need to be to be doing things 100% at my church and doing things 100% for God whatever I do, because when I fulfill the will of God, when I do things for God, then he will help me with my own personal things, because I'm serving in his household. I'm serving and helping him, you know, not just saying, oh God, I just want nice things for myself, but also you need to do the work in God's house, you know. That's what you need to do, like just balance it out, because we are here for God at the end of the day.
That's so true.
Yes, I mean, yes, that's what we're doing right now. And another thing that I also wanted to talk about was the importance of time. Like time is something that we should actually hold dearly. There are lots of people that lost their lives in the past 2 years, and I feel like we need to be more purposeful, and having a resolution gives you that purposefulness, you know, because you have a certain plan ahead of you. And when you don't live your life purposefully, can you imagine? And then you pass away, like just like maybe like February, when you thought that you still have like the rest of your life to achieve everything that you want to do, but then time is not on your side, you know. So we also need to be mindful of that we need to do all the things that we can do for God while we still have all of the time that we have.
That's very true. And now to think of it, there's so many people that have lost their lives even before entering into the new year, and we need to just be grateful that
this Christmas season
as well, that God is still with us, and whatever that we're still here for, may he give us the grace to continue to do it.
So now we basically want to talk about like making this list, like practical things. Like we said, the first thing that is you yourself need to determine what you want yourself. Why am I making a New Year's resolution? Why? Just ask yourself, you know, be introspective. And the one thing that you can do is just decide, okay, cool, I'm doing this and I just want to change. Okay, so change is one thing that all of us really want, and you can just take stock of your life and see what needs to be changed and what needs to be kept the same.
So most of the time, especially with these last 2 years, it felt like 1 year. There can be a lot of feeling like it's just stagnant, or you're in a stagnant place. And usually the questions that I think would be a good place to start could be, what have I done in my life that I still don't see any results for, or I don't have anything to show for those things? And another question could be, what are certain things that I'm doing and I don't see any goodness or any good thing coming out of it? So those are also good questions to ask yourself when you're planning and writing out your New Year's resolution, that God, I don't want to be stuck in the same place. Help me to come out. Direct me to where I'm supposed to go. Direct me to come out of the stagnancy.
Definitely. So that's basically how you're gonna figure out what it is that you want. Sometimes, right, you don't really have those things. And I remember a few years back, I'm not really sure. I wasn't really sure like who I was. I was basically trying to find myself. Not that I am right now, but I'm better. But things that I would write down is saying, God, reveal to me your purpose and reveal to me your plan. Because at the end of the day, you want to go in line with God's word, in line with what God has prepared for you. Because God knows our lives and He already knows it from the beginning to the end. So you just need to walk in purpose. You can't just work aimlessly, because if you aim at nothing, you won't miss. Right? So as Christians, we need to find out where exactly we are going. We can't just live life like willy-nilly. Earlier, my New Year's resolution would just be for God to reveal His plans and for me to actually pray more, to be in His word more. So just writing things down like, God help me. Just for the whole year, help me figure out where I'm going, help me figure out my vision, help me figure out my purpose. That can be a good start. And like when you asking even God for strength, you just write that down. Like, God, I want strength this year. I want to be strong in you. I don't want to be shaken. I don't want to be wavering. When anything happens, I want to be firm in you. That's your resolution. And seeing that when you go back, seeing that as you open your book, gives you strength. You never know what you're going through, but then you remember that on the 2nd of January, I wrote down that God is going to give me strength. I wrote down that I want to see this, and then you're just like, okay, cool, I'm encouraged now because this is what I said I wanted, and then you're reminded of that. So that's another thing.
That's true. And with all these New Year's resolutions, I think another way to be accountable, as like you're saying, is to just pray more about it and quickly go through most of the time throughout the year. What haven't I done yet? What can I do to improve this? And that's how you can go more and more into being accountable.
Yeah, definitely. But I think that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for staying. It's our wrap, and you'll be seeing more of us. We've just been so busy lately, and I feel like I've missed this so much. I've missed so speaking about like God like this, but we've been having a great time on our Godly community platform. So if you forgot about that, you can just let us know. And yeah, we'll be doing lots of videos in the coming year, and we have lots of new ideas and lots of new people that will be joining us. So
we're
please,
excited for that.
Come through, come through and subscribe to our channel.
Thank you for the viewers for watching.
Exactly.
Also,
thank you so much
to other people as well.
Like it really means a lot that people are actually watching, because like the fact that you're here and you stayed to like the last minute, imagine, it really means a lot to us. And we're here just like doing the will of God and just enjoying talking to people about God and sharing our faith. So
and our thoughts, opinions,
what we go through, which we love to do. Thoughts and opinions, we love to do that. So if you have any questions or anything like that, comments, you can just put it down below. If you have anything that you'd like to discuss with us, put it down below. Anything in mind, DM us, we will get to you. Respond to you. Have a lovely new year. May the Lord bless the work of your hands. May He bless your family. May you be protected by the blood of Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Amen.
Amen.
Alright. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And get yourself something pretty that you can go back and be accountable to, because you're going to be opening this book and writing down. Write down the things that need to be written down. It's actually cute the way I just opened it over there.
Then I can be like, okay, so what about for other people that it doesn't work for notebooks? Then maybe you can have a presentation.
That the Lord has
I will rejoice.
I will rejoice. I will rejoice.